I am going to pull out the SGI again and see if I can't find some parts. I want to get it going. That's been a really fairly good, successful video for me. And seems like people are interested in it. So I think I owe it to you guys to try to get it going. I don't know how successful I'll be, but let's clean up this mess from the SAS video and get the SGI out here and see where we're at and what we need to do. All right, I have the SGI out. All right, let's, nothing's really been done with it. I put the case back on there. So let's pop the case back off of it and throw this out of the way. I did put it back together. I did put the bad RAM back in it, if you remember. It's facing a little different. Not really, I guess it's about the same. What this is if I recall from a week ago or 2 weeks ago, we were getting a hard drive error or a cable error. All right, now I got the SGI out. Let's go get the cable for the monitor, and let's go look through the hard drive to see if I have a 50 pin SCSI hard drive. Let's come on with me. Step into the office. So excuse the mess. Let's see up in here. These are all SATAs. Yeah, these are all SATAs. These are all bad ones. These right here are SCSI. These are SCSI. Not that one. Oh. Hey, bingo, 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 bingo. I don't know what size it is. It's from, I don't even know a year, but it has to be mid-90s. All right, that's the hard drive. We're gonna try this hard drive. So let's put that hard drive down here. All right, down here we need to find some adapters for the cable. I don't know where I put it. Oh, I may have put it in here. I think it's in here. I think I threw it in here. Let me, there it is. There it is. There it is. That's it. That's the adapter for the monitor. This is adapter for the monitor. Alright. This is the hard drive we're going to try. We also need, I think we're going to need some of these. I don't know if they'll even work. but that's a USB to the old I think S video or whatever the old mice used to and keyboard used to use. So let's try it. Let's go back out there. Alright, so we got adapters for keyboard. We have a hard drive. Alright. Alright, and we have a cable for the monitor. So now I did dig out a box of cords from storage. So let's see, and I said it here, let's see if we have a 50 pin cable for SAS. So I'm gonna dig through this and see. I did not find a 50 pin cable in there. I don't know where that drive came from. I assume it came out of a computer I scrapped. And I always keep the cables. So I may have to dig in another box. But let's get this, see what we got here. Let's do some digging here. I hooked the monitor. Watch this. My setup there on the monitor stand. What do you do? I gotta fix that. All right. Let's plug the cable in. We may. I don't know. We're gonna see what we got here. My memory ain't as good as maybe you are. Maybe you just watched the other video. Let's go ahead and try to hook a mouse in. I don't know if these will even work. This right here, we're just gonna plug it in here. Get an adapter. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing for the keyboard. And usually I think these come color coded. I think it's the same plug. Oh. We just need to remember when we go in the back here. I'm gonna do the mouse first. And the mouse will go here. And the keyboard here. It has a keyboard picture on it. I don't know that matters. It may. I don't remember the old connectors. I mean, comment below. You know, if you haven't subscribe, share, like, please. It really helps. Yeah. I know the worst part of this job is asking for subscribers, I think. But I guess we gotta do it. We gotta do it. All right, we're gonna turn it on and see what we get. There's that music again. We're gonna have to, I don't think this will. Oh, okay. Okay, it says the sim S0 now. It's not S3. This cable is not working. This keyboard ain't gonna work, I guess. So I have to go grab the old keyboard. Hopefully the mouse will work. I don't think it's gonna either. Well, let's see. I'm gonna go get the old keyboard and I'll be back. We're definitely gonna have to try to find a different keyboard if this does work. So let's see what we got here. Try it again. Must be get something out. Okay. SCSI cable device. The SIM 0, S0. But I recognize the keyboard now. Alright. It doesn't recognize this other keyboard. It's not recognizing, well, it should recognize the mouse. That's weird. So if we hit, if I remember right, F2. See, I think it recognizes that. I got a green light now. Green light now. And it's still the same. Alright, so I think we're probably going to have to reset. We're almost back to where we were, really, in a way. Because we have a problem with RAM. These had a problem. These pieces of RAM, if I remember the old machines, they had a little problem with static. They used to sell these machines with static guards. So we're going to shut it down. We're going to try almost like that last one's higher. Excuse me. I think it's this bank here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to clean that memory up. Alright. So I think it's this one right here. It was S3 before. I may have switched them around. It may just be a bad stick of RAM. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that RAM out. I'm going to take that RAM out, and we're going to try to get by this error here. Alright. And then, okay, let's do that. I'm going to do that. Alright. I'm going to turn it back on. I got that memory out. Let's see if that gets rid of it. And we're going to examine that memory. If this did not show an issue. Yeah. Now we just have a SCADA issue, or SCSI issue. Right. So if you look, and I don't know, but I'm seeing a little corrosion on here. This was the S1. I am going to take a pencil eraser, and I'm going to see if I can't. This should still work, but I'm going to take a pencil eraser and I'm going to erase it, because you can sometimes get corrosion off, and it's a shot in a million, I think. Alcohol sometimes works. I'm going to do that. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this eraser and I'm going to erase this. I'm going to just try to clean it up here. And I'm not real sure what we can see here. Sometimes this gets the corrosion off. Sometimes it's just enough that it will make things work. Now, it does shine it up a little bit. It is gold fingers, especially on an old machine like this. And I did get the spot off of it. I think there's something wrong with it, but maybe just enough. If you remember last video, it was S3 and I moved it to S1 and it seemed to work okay, but I think so what we're going to do is we're going to put this in S2. We're going to shut the machine off. We're going to put this in S2. We're going to see what error we get there. So I'm going to put this back in there. Alright, I moved the memory around. Let's see if we get a different error. Try to figure out which one is actually doing the issue. I could have been having the wrong one. You know, Indy was S0. There's definitely a bad stick in there. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna take it off. We're gonna take it out. We're gonna try to get that SCSI drive to work. So, you know, SGI was really popular as far as the creating of a few movies, like Jurassic Park. They're leaps and bounds ahead in graphics. They revolutionized the industry back in the day. There is a deep history, but they actually, though, I mean, they couldn't compete with Linux, right? They, like many machines, I mean, they couldn't compete. I mean, in the day, I think this machine was at least $20,000. I mean that Ultra in there that we did get going, I know it was $20,000. I can't remember. I wish I was hoping that I could find some history on it, because I remember I was the one that actually purchased this machine for the company. But I mean, that was so long ago. So what we got here, it says again, we got media disk error. What I want to do is I want to take the hard drive, I want to plug it in, and I want to see if we get the same error, because the error is not getting the headers on it. Alright, the other drive, the old drive we found on the shelf, is plugged in, not in a case, so let's turn it on. A lot of trial and error, I guess. Probably gonna get the same error. I don't even know what the ID of that hard drive is. I just plugged it in there. It might be. I don't know if you're familiar with SCSI drives. They have IDs like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and whatnot. This one, I don't really know. June 30th, 1995. 30 years this drive. 30 years. It says resetting SCSI bus on 4. So the ID is 4. I think I have a CD in there. SCSI CD. Let's look at that. Alright. I went and grabbed a CD I have. Again, it's been set in the same dusty old dirty thing. This actually has, looks like the install disc for SGI. So let's see what our ID is. Our ID is 5. It's hooked up. The cable's hooked up. Let's restart it. It actually looks fairly clean. It actually looks fairly clean. Alright. Alright, I'm going to give everyone an update. I've actually been off camera trying to get this something that I can show somebody. I don't know if I got anywhere, I didn't go anywhere, or whatnot. I'm getting a relocation of jumper address overflow errors. My understanding is that based on the IRIX chip, or whatever, IRIX, I think, a MIPS chip, the software that I'm trying to load or reload, and which is IRIX 6.5, is trying to throw a command offset farther, or jumper. It's like a pointer and address, like jump to, right? It's trying to go to an address that's too far away. So if we go in here, we can get an inventory list, so we can see the CD-ROM. The hard drive has errors, but I think that we could reformat it, or maybe, I don't really know. The OneDrive is no good. I can't get it to work at all. But if we do like a help, for example here, and hard inventory, all right, this is showing everything that we got on here. And showing the hard drive, it's showing the disk, it's showing everything. I just think the file system on the disk is corrupt, all right? And that's what it's been telling us, right? But I think that this only has 5.4 on it. and that's what it's set up on the EEPROM or the PROM or whatever, the mini boot type thing. And the only disc that I have is for 6.5. And I don't think this was ever upgraded. And it may not be able to be upgraded. So I'm going to do some more investigation. I don't really know. I'm learning a lot. Because we could try to boot this. I mean, if we boot, what is it? So we go to, I think it's 0, 5, 8, and which should be the sash, some what they use for like a bash, but they're calling it sash. And we hit enter. All right, it's getting an error here. Same thing with 7 and whatnot. I don't know that this system, without all the updates and stuff, can handle it. I don't know. I really do not know. At this time, I'm not saying that we can't figure it out. I'm not giving up on it. I'm gonna do some digging. But I don't know that it's something that we're going to be able to do. I don't really want to buy a different hard drive. They're like $90 to $500, and I'll be in the same boat. And then I may not even have it run it. That's just it. I think it has something to do with the I think it has a corrupt hard drive, which it's recognizing, so it should be able to be reformatted. I'm not sure, but I can't boot from CD-ROM because I'm getting that address error. So if we hit restart, and let's say we try to recover the system. Let's just try to recover the system, and we want to recover it from CD-ROM. 5 partition size arc invalid arguments. The jump address overflows. All right. It won't. And then if I try to install it. Same thing. It won't boot to that CD-ROM, basically. Now there might be commands. I mean, there might be some commands that I can run because I can actually try to boot to. I tried to boot to different partitions. I tried to boot to 7, which is supposed to be the installation tools, per the log that I read, or the blog that I read. I'm going to keep digging. Keep investigating, and see what we got. I really kind of want to. I think there might be a version of Red Hat out there that I can load on this instead of the IRIX, just to get hardware type running. I don't know. I'm going to look at that also. So let's. I want to give everybody a little update again. I'm not. I haven't given up. We're going to go in here and the hard drive is corrupt, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to format it. But what we can do is we can do boot. We're gonna boot from CD-ROM. We're gonna load the SASH, right? So it's okay. I think that's right. 0, 5, 8 SASH ARCS. Right. All right. Now we're in SASH. All right. We're booted from the CD-ROM in SASH. So like we could probably do an LS here. I think. I don't know. No, we can't. But we can go in now to the FX to try to format the drive, right? So it's the same thing. Let's see. It's the drive. It's DKSC, right? Then we want to go into 0, 7, 5, 7. I'm not reading this. I'm going off of memory. You know what? That's the problem. 7. That's the partition. So the controller is 0. The CD-ROM is 5 ID, and the 7 is the partition. So we want FX dot ARCS space minus X. Oh, I did something wrong. Because I was just in it. See what we got here. Stand. I missed the command. It is stand /FX. So it would be DKSC 0, 5, 7 stand alone /FX dot ARCS space minus X. Alright, so now we're in there, and device name is disk. Alright, we're going to hit enter. Controller is 0, The drive is 1. All right. Okay, warning, invalid label from disk driver ignored. Okay. Drive Seagate media format corrupt, created default partitions. Use repartition menu to change creating default volume directory. So we go into repartition. Repartition with an R. Alright. Media file corrupt. So I don't know if there's a way to fix this. So I'm going to do a root drive. FX repartition root drive. Type the data partition equals FSX. I don't know. I think we have to enter them all in. So I think it's 0. No, it's XFS. So it's X. Okay. And now it's telling me I hit yes. Right. It's still corrupt. I wonder if we can resize it. Let's do a RE. I'm doing O. Yeah. It's not letting me, I wonder if I could use the other drive now that I know how to get in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the other drive in there. I'm going to try to bring it up to 1. Not exactly sure how to change it to ID 1, but I'm going to try. So, bring it back. We're making progress. It may not look like, but we're making progress. I think we have a bad drive. I think that's what I started out to see. So let me see. I don't know if it's gonna work. We're gonna try to just. Oh, look at this. Copy installation tools to disk. Eureka! Determination. I don't even know if that disk is big enough to hold DOS. I would have thought it would have checked, but I don't know. We may have a system. I don't think I have a mouse. I may have to change mice or something. Well, I may have celebrated too soon. I had to quit that and redo it. I think it might have to do with how I exited. I quit the file because I just turned the machine off. I got the mouse, so I was able to hit exit from the screen. But let's see. I don't know. It may be just the drive ain't big enough or something. See what happens. We may get stopped again because there's no help files at all. This system's closed. I mean, there's online thing. It takes. Alright. So install from another CD, change the CD in the drive, and enter command from. Alright. We can quit. I wonder if we quit if we'll get into the OS. Let's, okay. How do you quit? So we just reboot. Okay. Yes, restart the system. System is being restarted. It says boot file not found. Don't make any sense. Let's just try to. Did I not get everything? I don't know. Well, look at what we got. File system is not big enough. So additional kilobytes needed on root and 9 needed on root user. So, looks like I need to try to find a different hard drive. I'll try to fix the other one. Near as I can tell, I have SCSI hard drives. I may see if there's some type of adapter to get down to 50 pin. I think this system will only take up to, it'll only recognize up 7 gig or something like that, maybe even less. I mean, it was early 90s, so let's see. What I'm going to do, and I know that it won't work, is I am going to tear this hard drive apart, this 1 gigabyte hard drive apart, and see if there's something in there, something stopping it, physical damage or whatnot. I really don't want to spend $100 on a hard drive, but I may end up having to do that. I don't know. They sell adapters, but they're like $150. So this ain't gonna work, but I'm gonna try it anyhow. I ain't out nothing. So, all right. One thing I did want to point out is this says warranty void if seal is broken. I wonder if Seagate would replace his hard drive after 30 years. I don't think so. All right. My chances of tearing that drive down and getting it to succeed or fix was slim to none. Again, we're back where we are. The drive's junk. So I think this is going to conclude this portion or this part, or this video. SGI was a really powerful machine in its day, and it really it revolutionized a lot of the graphics and stuff that happened. I'm gonna keep looking to try to find a hard drive. What I'm finding is that it'll only take, let me see if you can see me. It'll take a 9 gig hard drive. I think the smallest I have is like a 32 SCSI 68 pin or something. I think I can find an adapter. I'm not even know if that'll work. I found a rebuilt or refurbished 2 gig hard drive, and that's what they recommend, 2 gig hard drive for this OS 6.5 and the Indy. In fact, I probably could find a bunch of different websites that says what, but it's like $59. I may buy it. Anyhow, there's more to come on this machine. If you haven't subscribe. We're not giving up on this thing. We're gonna plow ahead. Maybe a few weeks before I come back to it. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I mean, this was fun, the trip. I mean, it took me, I spent a whole lot of time trying to get this running. And we do have more. But we don't have a running machine yet, but we will. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I appreciate every one of you. Until next time, thanks.